Good morning, children. Today in Social Science and Civics in class 9, we continue the chapter Democratic Rights, and in this we'll take up the next major right that we enjoy, that is right against exploitation. Earlier we discussed right to equality and right to freedom. Now today we'll talk about right against exploitation. Exploitation means when one is taken advantage of. So it was included in the Constitution that nobody can be exploited by another one. So it was considered necessary by the makers of the Constitution to include the provisions to prevent exploitation of the weaker sections of the society, because the weaker sections are the ones who generally suffer. So it was far-sighted on the part of the people who were engaged in framing the Constitution, so that exploitation of this weaker section of the society could be prevented in order to protect their rights. The Constitution mentions 3 specific evils and declares these as illegal. That means that if anybody is found or caught indulging in any of these practices, then that is termed or considered as illegal and it is a punishable offense. Now, in this, the first that is the Constitution prohibits traffic in human beings. That is, traffic means that selling and buying of human beings. And usually this is for immoral purposes or immoral practices. So this is prohibited according to the Constitution. So if anybody is found indulging in it, then that is illegal and it is punishable. Then the next is the Constitution prohibits begar. That is forced labor. Now our Constitution also prohibits forced labor or begar in any form. Now, begar is actually a practice where the worker, who is generally from the weaker section, is forced to provide services or render services to the master, to the under whom he is working, free of charge or at a nominal remuneration. That means that he is compelled, he is forced, that is, he is working, either he is not paid at all or he is paid extremely low amount of money. This practice is also called as bonded labor. So nobody can follow this practice now. If it is found, then it is illegal. So this is the second one, that is, it prohibits begar, that is, bonded labor is not allowed. And the third is, the Constitution prohibits child labor. That is, no child below the age of 14 can be employed to work in any factory, mine, or wherever there is a hazard, wherever there is a danger. So any child below 14 is not supposed to be working, cannot be employed. So this is there. So these 3 are the 3 specific evils which have been declared illegal in the Constitution. One is it prohibits traffic in human beings. Second, bonded labor is not allowed, and third is child labor is also not permitted. So all these 3 are the evils, and it is considered as illegal in the Constitution. Now, so we have another one now, right to freedom of religion. Freedom of religion is a very important right that we all enjoy in our country, and in this, we see that every person has a right to profess, practice and propagate the religion that he or she believes in. That means whatever faith, whatever religion that we have faith in, we are able to profess it, we are able to talk about it, we are able to practice whatever that we have according to our religion. So this is a freedom that is given to every citizen in the country. And besides that, there are other liberties also that are there. That is, every religious group is free to manage its religious matters. So they can have their gatherings and all. Then, in this, to propagate does not mean that a person has a right to compel another person to convert into his religion. That means that nobody can force another person that his religion is better than any other religion and therefore he should convert or leave his religion and join the other one or believe in another religious faith. So we have respect for every religion in our country. We may be a Hindu, we may be a Muslim, we may be Sikh, we may be a Christian follower, we can follow any religion, but it is important that we are also having respect for every other religion because all religions are the same. Then, now secularism. When we talk of secularism, India is a secular state, we know. That secular meaning that we do not have any state religion in the country. That India is a secular state and that it does not establish any one religion as an official religion. We have the freedom to follow any religion of our own choice. That is up to us. So we do not have any state religion as such. And in India, no privilege is given or favor is provided to any religion. That means all religions are considered and treated as the same and equal respect for all. The government also cannot compel any person to pay any tax for the promotion or maintenance of any particular religion or religious institution. So that is also what the government cannot do. So this is another right that we have. India is a secular state and there is right to freedom of religion. That is why we call it as a secular state, because we do not have any one religion as the official religion in the country. Then another fundamental right that we have is cultural and educational rights. Now, cultural and educational rights are also specified by our constitution, and according to this right, it has various features. Any section of the citizen with a distinct language or culture have a right to conserve it. That means we have so many languages in our country. So all the people, you can say, or all the sections of the citizens, whatever language that they are using, they have a right to preserve that and to preserve their culture. Then also admission to any educational institution which is maintained by the government or aided or supported by the government cannot be denied to anyone. That is, admission to any of these educational institutions cannot be denied on the basis of religion or language, if it is a government or a government-aided institution. And lastly, all minorities have the right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice so that they can conserve their language and their culture. Thank you.